This is a picture of the Bible, and a lot of the stories of Jesus are in this Bible. But before this word was written down, Jesus would tell his stories to the people who had gathered around. And one of the stories that he told was in Matthew 13 in this book, and it's the parable of the sowers. He spoke many things to them in parables. He said, "Behold, the sower who went out to sow. And as he sowed, some seeds fell beside the road. Some seeds fell on a rocky place. Some seeds fell in a thorny place. But some seeds fell on the good soil." The seeds that fell on the path, the birds came along, picked them up, and carried them off. The seeds that had fallen on the rocky path, at first they took root because there was some soil on the rocky path. But then those quickly withered and died. The seeds that fell in with the thorns, at first they grew, but then they got choked out and they also died. But the seeds that fell on the good soil, those grew 100, some 60, some 30. So he who has ears, let him hear. But the disciples came to him and said, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" And Jesus said to the disciples, "You understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but there are others who do not understand. So I speak to them in parables." So now hear the parable of the sower again. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, then the evil one, which is represented by the bird, comes and snatches away what has been sown in his heart. This is the one on whom the seed was sown beside the road. The one on whom the seed was sown on the rocky places, this is the man who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. And even though it has grown, he has no firm root in himself, but is only temporary. And when affliction or persecution arises because the word, immediately he falls away. The one on whom the seed was sown among the thorns, this is the man who hears the word, but the worry of the world and the deceitfulness of wealth choke out the word, and it becomes unfruitful. Now the one on whom the seed was sown on the good soil, this is the man who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and brings forth, some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. Blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. For truly I say to you that many prophets and righteous men desired to see what you see and did not see it, and to hear what you hear and did not hear it. This is the word of God for the people of God.